All right, so today I'm going to talk about how concentrating and tuning into frequencies can liberate the soul. And when I say liberate the soul, I mean liberate the essence of the soul, the energy of the soul to radiate through your humanness, your personality into your physical life. And in many spiritual philosophies and teachings, there's this teaching to be the observer, to simply turn away from thoughts and feelings that are unloving or that are manipulative or controlling. And indeed, right, interrupting your thoughts and bringing them back into the source is very effective, and it actually does wipe the drive of the subconscious, of one level of the subconscious, pretty well. But see, the problem is that for most people, there is a pretty severe disconnect between the mind and the body. The body, right from the neck down, is the subconscious mind for the purposes of this conversation. So if you stay as the observer, right, and you observe your body and you observe, right, you're separate from it, and the body is still in survival, in manipulation, craving addictions, throwing fits, having panic attacks, right? You can observe it and observe it and observe it, and while observing it and not being completely identified with it, does slow down the momentum to a certain degree. What I have found and what I have observed even in many teachers is that there is no joy, there is no radiance, there is no self-evident joy of being radiating from them. And again, that can be felt as a soft joy, as an intense stillness, as passion. It depends on the constitution of the individual, but they are not enlivened by spirit because they have disconnected themselves from the body, from the body mind, the subconscious, and remained as the observer. And so just saying, well, that's not me, and that's not me, that's not me, that emotion isn't the real me. Okay, that's good. That's a powerful tool. But in addition to that, right, it's helpful to realize that if you have been doing that for years and your body mind is still creating the same patterns, the same, even though you're not identified with them, but let me just tell you, you are identified with them if they're still creating the same loops and patterns, which is why inquiring into the true cause of a constant mental pattern or a constant emotional pattern is very helpful, right? If you're always defending yourself in your mind, then you don't trust yourself. You don't feel your inherent value. You haven't learned that you can let everything be as it is, that person be as they are, and their opinion is really inconsequential to me. It's just an opinion. It's just the way they see things, right? But if you're always defending your position, then you must feel attacked, right? So you haven't found the stability of knowing yourself as divine, right? And that means I am inherently valuable. The way that I process life, my needs, my desires, the way I am is perfect. Is perfect, and whatever is happening in my environment, anybody that has a problem with that is inconsequential to me. So because there is this divide for so many people, right, even people who have mastered their brainwaves, right, a lot of people, you can feel psychically that they have a lot of like neurotic energy, they have a lot of suppressed anger, they have a lot of, all kinds of like even deep sadness, because they have decided like, no, like that's not me, and I'm not going to look at that. Now, let me just clarify. If you are having an intense awakening and it has taken on a life of its own, and your intention is to be free, to be love in this world, and to be a liberated being, then whatever tools you use, whatever pointers come into your experience will help you, because your intention will carry you to the goal, so to speak. But personalities who tend to disassociate can take a teaching like be the observer, and they're just disconnected from themselves for lifetimes. So if you stay disconnected from something and you refuse to admit to yourself that, yes, I have tons of rage and anger and sadness and anxiety and panic, right? If you don't allow yourself to feel those things, you can observe them forever, but they will still spin in their wheels and they will continue to create and attract to you a vibrational match, so to speak. So, concentration liberates the soul, because if I find a vibration that has the qualities of the soul, and the soul is like a miniature God. Some people say the soul is the astral body. That is not my experience. The soul is like a miniature unit of God, so to speak. And its qualities are like ecstatic happiness to be here, joy, unconditional love, wholeness, like unbridled creativity, nuclear energy, like all of this intense, just ecstasy of being alive. And so if you can begin to tease out an awareness of those qualities in your physical experience, the soul, the heart will open and the soul will boom, the soul will shine through and radiate its essence into reality. And you will be happy and joyful, and you will have attained the most sought after city, right? The powers in I don't know which chart I saw this on. Maybe it was a Hindu chart of the siddhi, like the powers. There's bilocation, and there's invisibility, and there's perfect knowledge of dreams, and there's all that. But at the top, the most important thing is to be joyful whenever you want. And when you've liberated the soul, you are joyful. You will have found that. And so how do you do it? So you have to find frequencies and practice them. And it's easiest to practice them early in the morning to begin, when your brain waves are slower, even to begin in the void and just in silence. And then pick a frequency. Every thought has a frequency. If you even say, Source, show me a frequency I can access right now. Even if you think you can't access freedom, right? Wholeness, joy, effervescence, ecstasy. If you are telling yourself, and if it's really real for you, that you can't access those frequencies, if you ask the source to tell you, say, Source, show me a frequency I can access. And then you'll feel a tingling, or you'll immediately, ask and it is given, you will immediately feel the vibration. So notice it. Oh, this is the vibration of the beginning of my joy. That's what it is, the vibration of the beginning of my joy. Everything has a vibration. So once you begin to tease out the vibration and you hold it in your awareness, and when you hold it in your awareness, take special care to feel it from the neck down, because the neck down is the subconscious. And so if I am, instead of going and excavating my subconscious, which is also, there's a time and a place for that, to entrain it, instead of working with the old self and trying to change it, to entrain the body mind into the real self with vibration. So if I find the vibration of wholeness, and wholeness to me feels like a settled, calm, delicious. Wholeness feels like when you're laying down on the earth and sunshine is shining on your body and everything is just perfect. And that's the truth of who you are. You are perfect. You are an emanation of the divine. And the feeling of wholeness is just a deep nurturing peace, a deep, blissful, nurturing peace. So try that word. Try it when your brain waves are slower, when you're in alpha or even theta. Wholeness. If it helps you to create an image of yourself laying on a beach with sunshine, use imagery to enhance a vibration. If you want to feel free, like let's say a person says to me, I can't access the vibration of freedom. Well, can you imagine what it feels like to fly? If you go on a walk in your neighborhood, try for one length of your block, put giant wings on yourself and put on a song that makes you feel like you're flying, and hold in your conscious awareness, this is what freedom feels like, and open your focus and walk as freedom, as the vibration of freedom, because you are the source, and what you are radiating is like, I love this term, shimmering the web of existence, of all of existence, right? From your consciousness, you are shimmering the web of all of existence with the vibration that you're radiating. So practice freedom with wings, with feeling like a bird, right? A lot of, in shamanism, people, and in every ancient philosophy and culture, that there are tools of visualization, because an astral energy can enhance the feeling of something. So if you're trying to tease out what the soul's vibrations feel like, which again are wholeness, happiness to be alive, right? Turn on like some amazing music, like, you know, the stuff they played in Zoolander, right? Like funny, fun music, and just as you're dancing, hold in your conscious awareness, oh, this is what it feels like to love to be alive. And milk it, isolate it, feel it, feel it, feel it. And just pick, you know, I love also the vibration of synchronicities, the vibration of an unknown experience, the vibration of something coming to me in a really funny way. Like everything, every idea you could think of has a vibration. So, you know, if you're spending, how are you spending most of your day? We inhale and we exhale. There is day and there is night. And if you are most of your day, right, even if you're the observer, observing your body mind, if your body mind is creating stress all day long and you're just observing it, there's something that you can do to enhance your experience of aliveness and to progress yourself spiritually. And that is to press yourself in to reality and radiate a frequency. And before you know it, what begins as a discipline, as a practice of tuning into a vibration. And by the way, this is not something you do in a tight way. This is something you do with open focus, feeling it in your body. It's like, imagine what you're doing. You're like making love to your cells. You are being the most nurturing parent of your cells. You are filling your cells with love. Like you are creating order by concentrating. And like I was saying, right, if most of your day is spent in stress, even if you have separated yourself from the body mind, in awareness, observing it, it's still like, it's not balanced. Because if we look at nature and we look at, you know, even oscillations of vibrations, like spending your entire day stressed out or with your mind wandering is imbalance. So using your mind on purpose, using your mind as a tool to anchor the energy of your spirit into the body mind will change your world. Not only will it change your world, but it will give you what you truly want, which is joy. So I love the vibration of joy. I love the vibration of the love of God. I love the vibration of soul. I love the vibration of the unknown. I love the vibration of surprises. I love the vibration of wholeness. I love the vibration of new. I love, and sometimes I use symbols, right, to enhance my awareness, my conscious awareness of that frequency. And before you know it, instead of trying to tease out these qualities by concentration will simply turn into who you are. And people say, well, if I just relax and I just let go of resistance, well, love is there. And that's true. And if you can do that over and over and over and over and over and over and over enough times, so that your baseline becomes joy instead of your baseline being the default mode network and the survival programs, then good. Then that's a great tool for you. And of course, we know that God is love and that grace is constant, because all you have to do is relax and stop projecting a negative story onto reality, and love is there, buoyant and holding you. However, what I've seen is that what people end up doing is they keep creating the stressful programming, and then they let go. Oh, and then they're relaxed again. But then they continue to create it again, and then they let go. So instead of continuing to create the old and then letting go of it all the time, create the new. Create the new. Use your bandwidth, use your power, use your power of concentration. And this is a skill that needs to be developed sometimes, to actually focus on what you want energetically, but do it. Do it in the morning, do it before you go to bed, do it when you're walking, do it when you're driving your car. And don't turn it into effort. But the attitude about it is, okay, I notice that if I don't use my mind, even if I stay as the observer, even if I'm disidentified from my mind is creating the same things over and over and over. Instead of trying to change your thoughts, instead of trying to reprogram with thought, all you have to do is focus on a frequency, and the thoughts that you truly want to think, your true thoughts, will just be there waiting for you. Because if I feel joy, like, the thought that arises in my mind is like, I am love. If I feel stress, right? If I feel stress, the thought that arises is, oh, F that person, and oh, that person's so annoying, and they didn't clean up the bathroom, and blah, 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 right? But if I'm in love, right, we have access to information based upon the frequency that we're in. If I'm feeling joy, if I'm feeling wholeness, if I'm feeling deeply at peace, then automatically my thoughts are, oh, everything is working out for me. I feel loved. I am love. Everything is in perfect timing. Gosh, everything is perfect. I want to give someone a gift. Like, so use the power of concentration to liberate your soul. It's the faster way. People say, oh, the ego wants to say that there's a faster way to, like, freedom. And it's like, yeah, sure. But this is a science. It's a science. Like, if you entrain the body mind, which is the subconscious, if you go into the void with your whole body and you let the void consume you, and you tell yourself, I am letting love dissolve anything that I no longer want to carry with me. And then you get up from a meditation and you decide, like, I am going to live from my heart today. I'm going to live from my soul today. I am, to the best of my ability, going to focus my mind instead of just defaulting into my default mode network and just observing my past. Because that's what you're observing in the survival programming. You're just looking at your past. So even though you're not identified with it, like, it's like, that would be like having binoculars and just like let's say you've zoomed out of your lifetime, and like, you're just looking at your past. You're just looking at your childhood and like that bad thing that happened 2 years ago. Like, that's like all you can see. So you're not in it, but you're just like looking at it from a distance with binoculars. Like, when what I'm saying is like, point this way, and get excited to live. So yeah, the mind concentration can liberate the soul, because when we practice the vibrations of the soul, wholeness, joy, fun, love, feeling unlimited, right? And what does that look like in the personality? That looks like when something arises in my life, I have the ability to create around it, to navigate challenges with creativity. I have the feeling to feel an emotion, to alchemize the energy, to liberate the energy, and to create a bandwidth. I don't need to escape anything anymore. I can be present for what is, somatically present, not just observing. And yeah, before you know it, your life will just become joy. And it is a science, and it is doable. You just have to love yourself enough to decide to do it. Decide that mind wandering is a waste of energy and you're going to try something new. Learn about it, read about it, about how to slow the brain waves down, about how to improve your power of concentration. I'll share whatever I can in terms of what I've found in my own life and in the lives of people that I work with. But yeah, I can pretty much promise you that if you tune in deliberately to something, like, it's a lot faster route to joy than disidentifying from your mind and like letting the momentums of the past slow down in that way. But that's just my perspective, for whatever it's worth. So I hope this is helpful, and I hope you have a beautiful day.